This is Willow, and Willow has been in training for 3 weeks, just finishing up her 3rd week. Move. Watch out! you got to watch out because we're working like really super fast. Left, heel. Okay. A lot of people have a misconception about Chesapeakes, that they're real hard-headed. And what actually happens with most of these Chesapeakes when they're in the training is that they are what's called an active defense reflex animal, so that when they feel any kind of pressure, they react in an active or aggressive manner. Flight, freeze, fight. You're going to get a fight or a flight response more likely than a freezing response. But if they're not intentional about biting and being aggressive, and if they're reasonable dogs, they're not going to get so defensive that they end up trying to bite you initially. They're going to try to go into a flight mode. And most trainers will correct that problem of the dog getting a little bit too flighty, jumping too far away or doing some active response. And when the dog gets corrected for that, and that correction is actually an eliminator, you teach, eliminate, motivate. When that animal is corrected for moving around, inevitably, that's the wrong word, inevitably, the dog will freeze up. And then the trainer will try to break them out of a freezing mode and get them to do something real specific. And that's super difficult to do when you're training the dog, is to put pressure on the dog and make them do something very specific. So the reason that I tap the dog on move, move, move is because I can make my low-level expectation the lowest level possible. Move, move, move. There you go. You're pretty good for a peak. For a peak. Back up, back up, back up. So if I allow this dog to move and give her light pressure when she makes a mistake and keep her tuned in, heel, then she's going to be a lot more willing to keep training. We're going to do a little bit of hold work. She just started learning how to hold this week, so she's had 5 sessions. Today will be the 5th. Let's go over there. So she's not real accustomed to being filmed, so she's kind of watching Mark and wondering what is going on. Right, move, move, place. Animal training is about creating motion with your tools that you can predict. If I can get this dog to go right, 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 place, stay. Then as we progress towards doing more high-level work, if I can get the dog to go right to place and right to the stand and right to the wheelbarrow, then I'll be able to get the dog to go right on a fetch. Hold! You don't do that yet. Hold just means have it in your mouth and don't spit it out. And this dog is a vicious retriever. Big time. Hey, watch it. Stay, 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 stay. You're pretty cute. So I'm teaching her that if that bumper is in your mouth, if you're popping it like this, everything's okay until you spit it out. So the negative, I'll get it. Don't help me. Don't help me. The negative comes when she drops it, not when she's mouthing it. So when I make a negative in this situation, all of my training is designed to cause a flight response that results in obedience or a freezing response that results in obedience. Every trick that they do as they advance through their training is either a flight response or a freezing response, period. So she's freezing on this bumper. She's not holding it the way that I want her to hold it, but okay. I said okay. Okay. Do you want me to spell it? I could spell it. Okay. Okay. Yes. Go get him. Atta girl. Don't need to follow her. She'll be back in a split second. Get over here. Hey, quit shaking that thing up. Quit shaking it up. You better quit shaking it. This dog just rat kills things that she picks up and retrieves. Whatever things you might imagine. So when I teach a dog to hold like this, I'm not hold, drop, hold, drop, hold, drop, hold, drop, hold, drop. I'm not working on drop, I'm working on hold. Looks like I'm working on cleaning dirt off my hands onto my butt. Hold. This dog wants to take this bumper, so that's fine with me. I'm at a level 2, and this will be the first time that I've banked her with the collar for letting go of this bumper ahead of time. So if she drops the bumper, I'm going to bank her at a split level 2. And that negative, because it's slight, is going to cause this dog to jump a little bit because she's such a flight-oriented animal. But the subsequent response is going to be more of a freezing response. And the leash corrections that I made with her earlier, that's about as much as I've done with her. That's about the extent of the negatives that I've given her. I'm not over here ripping this dog's neck off or anything like that. So now I'm just playing this out. I don't care if you hold it. I don't care if you drop it. No. But if you do drop it and I say no, I just gave her a bank. So when she dropped it, she got the bank, and I don't have to rush this to get it back in her mouth. She got the negative, and now she's got the bumper in her mouth, and she's sitting there holding it, barely. So the more that she plays with this bumper, the less likely she is to retain a grip on it. If she keeps doing this, then through the force fetching, no. Through the force fetching, I'll clean this up. That the electric collar is a little bit down low on her, towards her shoulders, and she didn't really feel it, but I tagged her out. Hold. Oh, good job. You are unbelievable at that. You're going to be good. You're going to be, well, I don't know about good. You're probably going to be fair. Fair. She's holding it. Drop. Hey, bonehead. Drop. Drop. When I tell you drop, you had better drop. You had better do it. Watch it. Don't bite my armpit. Do not bite my armpit. So the reason that you're force fetching a dog like this that wants to go for it is so that you can control this dog, so you can tell her that she can't. So that the dog wants to retrieve is definitely not a reason not to force fetch her. It is the reason to force fetch this dog, because at some point, I'm going to tell this dog, no, you can't retrieve, and I'm going to give her corrections that make it clear that, hey, you are not going to retrieve. And when I do that level of correction on a dog like this, I have to have parity in my training so that I can then turn around and help make this dog complete her work, which would be to retrieve when sent. So now, when I take this bumper, she's looking away from me. When I take this bumper, I'm going to take it on the word hold, and she's going to come off of that bumper, but I'm going to bank her because she didn't keep the grip of the bumper. Hold, 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 no, no, move, no, move, 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 move. So I gave her 4 or 5 little, there you go. Banks, no. Trying to make her freeze. So a little bop on the nose caused her to freeze. So dog training does not guarantee obedience. It guarantees the ability to communicate so that you can change and correct behavior so the dog can't quit. So I'm trying to cause this dog to freeze. Okay, drop. On this bumper, when the bumper is centered in her beak. Hold. Sit. Don't wag your tail. We're working here. We're working, and you don't wag your tail when we're working, all right? Okay. It's okay if you wag. I was just kidding. I was kidding. It's okay. Stay. So I want to loosen the pressure that I've created and see if she'll continue to hold without bopping it around. Yes. Yes. Hurry. Hurry! You better not be a slackard. You better not be a slackard. No slackards. Kill it. Kill it. Yeah, I'm going to kill it. Nothing like a Chesapeake to hard mouth your birds. So if this dog is going to behave like this on a bumper, she is going to do that on a bird, and it is going to be ugly. So she's not a good dog if she picks it up and carries it around. She's not a bad dog if she's tearing it up. She's just a retriever that has a ton of energy, and the genetics on this dog say that, hey, I'm going to hammer this thing. So force fetching the dog is going to smooth that out. Done for the day. We got to do more video. You're out of here. Okay. Hold. Fetch. Hold. 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 What? You can't do it? Hold. Stay. No. No. She's just learning to hold, and she goes after this bumper. Hey. And she holds the bumper, but yesterday was her first day of learning on fetch to open her mouth and pick up the bumper or take it out of my hand. Drop. She's not picking it up. She's into her 3rd week of training, maybe coming near the end of her 3rd week. Hold. Sit. Drop. Good job. Good job. Fetch. Move. Fetch. You're looking at me. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. You're pretty cute. Move. Fetch. Move. 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 Fetch. Move. Sit. You're pretty cute. You're pretty cute. Sit. No. No. Knock it off. This dog just gets spun up, just rat kills the birds and anything that she gets in her mouth, she's just hammering it. So the force fetching is going to control that. Drop. If I can make her pick up the bumpers, I can stop her from using her mouth inappropriately to wipe out birds or bumpers or whatever it is. Fetch. Move. So I'm pinching her ear on the word move and creating motion, teaching her to get this bumper. You've got it? Okay. Drop. Right. Knock it off, fool. Place. Sit. This dog is just a big time retriever. She's a little bit gun shy. She's an older dog, 2.5 years old. Never been hunting and didn't have early experience with guns. So force fetching is going to solve the gun shyness Force fetching is going to solve the gun shy problem and the rat killing problem and not coming back to me problem and not laying down, and force fetching solves all problems. Once you have control of a dog's mouth, you've got the ability to control the whole animal. Fetch. Move. You're looking at me. You're not looking at the bumper. Move. Fetch. Stay. So my leg is in the way, preventing her from moving forward and getting the bumper. Drop. Knock it off. Fetch. Move. You're too cute. You're too cute. So you can't get blown away by the fact that the dog does this so easily and then just start doing crazy things. The dog is getting this bumper drop because she wants to get the bumper. She's not getting the bumper because I'm training her to get it. She's doing what she wants to do. Desire and fear drive the animal. So at this point, if I were to put the bumper on the ground and I say fetch, 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 move, fetch, move, fetch, move, 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 fetch, move, fetch, sit, no. She doesn't understand that whole process enough to really build off of it. She's just grabbing the bumper. She would love to grab the bumper and play with it, but she doesn't understand the ear pinch adequately for me to make her pick that up. So right now, just a little bit of progress that we made is going to be it for the day. Hey, hey, hey. Yes. Here. Oh yeah. Aren't you special? You are special. Come here, fool. Come here. So if you don't force fetch this dog, you're not going to be able to control this behavior, because desire and fear drive every animal, and this animal's desire is blowing her out of the water. It's taking her totally out of control, and there's no way to control that unless you force fetch the dog. So we gotta correct that sort of thing through the force fetching. All right, that's it. Okay. Just doing a little force fetching with the Chesapeake. It wants to rat kill everything. Stay. All right. This dog is not all the way through her force fetching. So all I'm going to do is refresh her force fetching. One of the things she does, she'll lunge at this bumper. Fetch. That lunge is just her reaction to the fact that she likes to retrieve, but that gets in the way of advancing her on good force fetching, because what I want her to do is make a controlled move at it instead of a surprise move. Drop. So if I take a hold of her ear and I start pinching her ear real lightly, what I want her to do, even though she went after that, I pulled it away and I'm continuing to pinch. Hey, knock it off. I want a more directed response to the ear pinch instead of a snapping at the bumper. So, drop. When I go to a bird like this, now she's not going for the bumper, or rather going for the bird, because all she knows on the bumpers is to grab a bumper. I have not stopped pinching since I held this out there. I'm pinching her ear, but I'm doing it super light. I want to create an awareness that pinch is going to shut off when you get the bumper. So her bumper reaction is not so much a response to the training as it is the fact that she wants to retrieve. And if I can't make this dog fetch on command and by use of the ear pinch, then I can't very well control all the other aspects of her retrieving. Stay. So I don't know by count, drop, but that had to have been pretty close to a minute of ear pinching before she got the bird in her mouth. Hey. So it starts, the ear pinch starts, and she's looking off into outer space. Now she's looking at the bird and takes the bird. Drop. Hey, no. Now I'm not kneeing her very hard, just tapping her with that because I'm old and I can't crack her hard with my knees. But I had no intentions of wiping her out. I just need to stop that mouthing, and I don't want to let go of her ear, and I don't want to thump her with the bird, so I'm just using my knee move. So when I pinch her ear, I want her to drop, take that bird, so that I can work her into a situation where I've got the bird down low, and I started pinching right now, and I need to teach this dog that when she feels the ear pinch, that she needs to go for the bumper. She went for the bumper, and I let go of her ear because she got the bumper. As soon as I did, she dropped the bird. Hold. So this time I didn't let go of her ear, and she retained hold on the bird. Drop. So what's going to happen here in a moment, I'm going to work her on getting this bird, and then I'm going to throw the bird out there. She's going to pick it up, and she's probably going to rat kill it. I need to eliminate the things that this dog can't do in conjunction with retrieving. One of the things you can't do is rat kill this bird or a bird when you pick it up. So I'm not afraid of correcting her off of this bird because my training is to make her get the bird. If my correction to stop her from rat killing is at this level and my training is at this level, I will be able to solve this problem. Today I can't, but I will be able to in the subsequent days of training. Hey, okay, sit. Oh yeah, you like to retrieve. This dog was gun shy, big time retriever. There you go. Quit wagging your tail. You've got your tail. Your tail is wagging and we can't even see it on camera because your tail is hanging over the side. I'm not going to say that M word because if I tell her that M word, then she's going to lunge at this bird. I want her to figure out slowly that pinch is going to stop when she gets this bird in her mouth. Animal training is about creating motion with your tools that you can predict. So now she goes into a flight mode away from the bird, but the pinch doesn't stop. I step forward on her and the pinch stops. Stay. Hold. No. Quit it. No. No. Pinch stopped when she got the bird, but then she spit it out, so I tap her on under the chin. Move. So as soon as I say that M word, she's going to get all flighty. Move. Where she goes indicates her lack of awareness as to how to shut off that pinch. Move. If she really understood, she would just grab that bird. Stay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Ready? Get him. Get him. Now when she, here. No. Here. Stay. Drop. Knock it off. Knock it off. So when she bites like that and bites that bird in proximity to my hand, I am not going to apologize for putting some pressure on this dog. I cannot have this dog doing that around my hands. It's too dangerous for me. And, you know, she's not, the bird's expendable, but my nerves and my hands are not. So I'm not going to, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't mean to hurt you. I did mean to hurt you. Now, if I make that correction and I throw this bird out and she doesn't get this bird, then that indicates that the correction was too high and that I'm wiping out this dog's desire to play the game. Hey, 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 game. That a girl. Come here, 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 here. Come here, here. So that time, she's hammering on the bird, but when I reached in to get the bird, she wasn't hammering on the bird, and oh, so what, I got the trainer. She's just going for the bird, and when I put my hand in there, she didn't bite. Come here, babe. Here. Sit. Oh, you are too darn frisky. You are too darn frisky. She's not a good dog. If she picks this up, carries it, brings it back in, delivers the hand, she's not a bad dog if she's biting on it. She's just a dog being a dog. Desire's driving this dog. Get out of there. Here. No. Place. And training is going to control desire and fear. Tons of desire. But this dog had fear of the sound of the gun, and now we can shoot the gun around the dog and she's not bothered by it. So as soon as she dropped that bumper, I started pinching on her ear, and I'm pinching not super hard, but not totally insignificant. And it just goes on and it goes on and goes on and goes on and goes on. I'm not trying to get this bumper back into her mouth in a hurry. Move. Sit. All of these antics, backing up and scooting around, and now she's looking up at me. And she gets the bumper and it shut off. So we had a long period of time where I was pinching on her ear, and now the bird gets back into her mouth and she's calm. Drop. Okay, drop. So that's pretty good. So if she's going to hold on to this bird, she's getting the bird now, but what I have to do is eliminate her dropping the bird. And I'm going to do that with the collar instead of trying to do it with the ear pinch. The ear pinch is somewhat of a motivator to get this bird. The eliminator is going to be the bank of the collar for dropping it. So when she's got that bird in her mouth right now, she avoided it. I didn't have my hand on her ear. I presented it to her. She took the bird, and now she's sitting there, okay, and she held on to it. There wasn't a negative. This is the first time that I have worked her on birds in a static situation. I've thrown her birds, and I've corrected her for rat killing them, and now I'm I'm just putting the bird out in front of her mouth, and when she takes it, great. And if she holds on to it, that's good. I like that. Drop. And most of the time, I don't work a dog on something like this. Put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out. I don't do that because it creates a lot of mistakes and problems for the dog. In this case, I'm trying to bring about a problem, so I'm a little bit more repetitive. Hold. Now, as I pet her and do this, I'm indicating that, hey, you're comfortable when you've got that bird in your mouth, because I am going to make you uncomfortable when it's out of your mouth. But if you just sit there and hold the bird, then okay, then I will continue to allow you to relax. Now, I've been holding on to her collar as I'm doing this, and if I, no. So that time she let go of it and I banked her. So this time when I put it up there, she's gonna go, oh man, maybe I shouldn't get the bird. No. Hold. Hey, fool. Hold. Fetch. Move. Hey, the bird, not the trainer. She hit my thumb with her teeth. So that's why I stopped her. Get over there. Sit. So I'm pinching her ear. Simultaneously, I'm eliminating all the things that she cannot do. You can't move around here. You can't do all these other things. She's resisting right now getting this bird, and it has nothing to do with any kind of willfulness on her part. She's just confused. And if I increase the pressure, I'm going to get a big explode. Then I'm going to have to jerk her around, and then she's going to freeze up, and then I'm going to, and that's the problem that people get into on force fetching, is they're too heavy on the motivator, too heavy on the correction. Now you've got a dog that went into a flight mode, now they're freezing, then they're flight, then they're freezing, and you don't have enough skill to work through that issue. Now previously she grabbed the bird and dropped it. This time she's got a good hold on it, drop. And we'll see if we can get a hold, get another retrieve out of her. Oh, that was big. I put it up to her and she went and took the bird. So this is pretty significant progress. I'm not going to throw her a fun bumper or a fun bird, whatever we want to call it, because that will escalate her drive and desire and wipe out the settled approach that she's got right now. Drop. Fetch. Oh, you are so incredible. I like you. Drop. I'm going to work her on the logs with this bird. So, hey, what are you doing? You are going too fast. All right. So this part, hey, she's up on her toes. Fetch. And now desire comes into play, and all she's thinking, we move over here, and now desire is greater than training. And I don't have a problem with the fact that she's looking at this bird and wants to have fun with it. I'm just looking at this bird, though, with the idea that, hey, this is training. if I tell you fetch, and you start playing with this bird, then I'm going to give you a correction, which I did there. A correction hurts or takes them off balance. I just tugged her off balance. Fetch. Fetch. No, you're already on camera. You don't need to be watching that. You don't need to be watching that. Here, fetch. So now, by moving over here and putting the bird on the logs, that gives me an opportunity to further advance my ear pinch and teach this dog that no. Move, move, move. That she needs to get this bird into her mouth. So you'll see me take both ears. I'm not pulling or pinching on this other ear. It's just basically to steer the dog so that I can help them, and I've started pinching her ear, help this dog get this bird. Move. Fetch. No. Quit it. Fetch. Stay. Stay. Drop. Move. 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 Stay. So as soon as we move from the place board over here, everything takes a dive on her ability to work, because the dog doesn't understand fetching a bird with pressure at all. But I can't stay over there and increase the pressure or widen the range of her understanding. So I come over here, and I know that she's not going to pick that up when I tell her to. It's going to give me an opportunity to train her to a higher level utilizing the tools, which in this case is the ear pinch. Fetch. Oh, that was like that far away. You were like that far. You were so close. And I see that your ear is ready. You got your ear ready for a little force fetching. She says, I like my ears fetched. I like my ears fetched. Okay, fetch. Move. Hold. Sit. You are too darn cute. You are too darn cute. Drop. What's not clear in that little part there on the video is that the ear pinch preceded all the motion. So I'm not telling the dog to go get that bumper and giving her a reason to go get it. I'm pinching her ear, and then I told her how to escape that ear pinch, get the bumper. And because I had decreased some of the pressure there by talking high, as I did prior to taking her ear, now her desire comes in play, and she goes, well, hey, I can get that bird. So I'm coupling her desire with my training. Got to put this bird down just like in a totally special way. So now, hey, don't be jumping the gun. Don't jump the gun. Give the command, don't jump the gun. Wait. Now, move. Hey, knock it off. Now, what I'm correcting her for is that she's kind of lunging, and I don't want her to lunge. I want her to move purposeful to that bumper. And that pinch is super duper light. Drop. Left. Move, 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 move. Left. Heel. Sit. So what happens when you're working a dog like this, the dog's desire to get this bird starts to outdistance your training. And it makes you think that the dog understands something that she actually does not understand. Because if if I drop that bird, you may not be able to see it. Mark's going to move over here a little bit. I drop that bird down in between these logs. If I drop this bird down in between the logs and I pinch her ear to try to get her to get that, she's not going to try to get it because I'm pinching her ear. She's going to try to get it because she's a bird dog and she's crazy about retrieving. But a young dog, I'm not stopping them as I have her. She's older, 2.5 years old. And a young dog, I'm not going to stop them from making an effort to get a bird or a bumper that I set down there because I'm trying to develop momentum. This dog, I'm trying to accomplish something a little bit more difficult for her because she's so reactionary that I need her to understand what the ear pinch is about more than I need her to fetch. Hey, you heard me. Fetch. 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 So I'm telling her fetch, fetch, fetch. She's not fetching. So now what tool am I going to use and how am I going to use it? Move, move, fetch. There you go. Fetch, fetch. Move, fetch, fetch. There you go. Sit. Drop. Fetch. Fetch. Move. Move. Fetch. Fetch. There you go. Get him. There you go. Good. Left. Fetch. Move. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. 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 Fetch. Move. Fetch. Don't be an idiot. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Sit. Move. Fetch. Fetch. Move. Move. The pinch is super light. Move. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. Move. No. Move. Fetch. Move. Move. So everything is broken down. I can pinch her ear and get her to bob her head, but I cannot pinch her ear and make her pick up this bumper. So it doesn't matter, bumper, this bird, it doesn't matter how hard I pinch. I'm just creating motion to complete the trick. I won't be able to complete the trick. Doesn't matter how hard I pinch. So at this point, what I'm going to do, because we're on camera and I broke this momentum, I'm going to pinch her and cause her to false start several times, and then I'm going to help her so that I help bridge the gap between, hey, this is why I'm pinching you, and this is what I want the outcome to be. Move, 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 fetch, move, move, no, fetch, move. There you go, good. Oh my gosh, I'm wrong. Drop. And that she picked it up is very much due to the fact that for a moment there, I quit working her, and then when I went back to it, she had time to assimilate some of the pressure and figure out how to shut that pressure off. She started for one of the bumpers and then came back to the bird and picked it up. So if I keep working her today on this, I'm not going to get, you're all right, Mark, I'm just moving into the shade. I'm not going to get her very much farther. Everything is incremental in the training, and the trick of fetching the bumper or fetching the bird is secondary to this dog understanding how to respond to this tool, the ear pinch, the stick, the bank of electricity. All those things are what carries the dog and her training forward. You know, the tricks that she learns how to do are secondary to being able to respond properly to the tools. So if I say left, move, 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 left, move, heel, sit. So I use this tool and this tool to get this dog to move left and heel. And these tools will transfer. The tricks don't transfer. You can train a dog to do something and then go to a new area and the dog doesn't perform. I know that the dog's unlikely to perform in a new area, but if you don't have a bunch of experience like I do, you think that, hey, I trained you how to do this in this area, you should be able to do it in that area, and that's not true. What transfers is the tool. When the tools transfer, then the trick transfers. But the tools will transfer far better than the trick will. After a period of time, the dog starts doing things in different areas and they look like they understand, and they probably do. So, hey, we're done for the day.